This is your daily market review for Tuesday, July 25th, 2023. Let's go. Hey everyone, this is my channel to help investors and traders develop a probability-based mindset to succeed. Also try and keep friends informed of what's going on in the markets and the economy, and also a little real estate content as well. This is Dan Max at eXp Realty, aka the Trading Agent, and this is your daily market recap for Tuesday, July 25th, 2023. Hopefully you're having a great day. Again, the Tuesday and Monday before the FOMC meeting on Wednesdays is typically a choppy days. Get some up, get some down, depending on where you're at, but just be careful. The first move in a trap, the first move of a trap is the first direction. Just be careful. Going up into this could be an absolute monster bull trap, or it could be a trap. Again, we've talked about this and I'm rehash this. The Wednesday of 2 p.m., that's when the fireworks start. Then you have the 2:30 press conference, the chat afterwards, and then Thursday is really usually the day that really matters. You've seen the market kind of go sloppy on Wednesday. Thursday, it gets interesting. Just keep in mind, seeing some interesting rumors about banking issues. Not sure how it's going to play out. People are talking about watching oil. Talked about that rallying, trapping out, putting the Feds in a position where they're stuck, having to raise rates even more aggressively, more than they really want. Dangerous. Danger. All right, if you have any questions, again, please reach out. Link to the Discord room is in the description below. There's a lot of things to talk about, so please stick around. You'll enjoy it. Yeah, check us out on Twitter. I guess it's X now or whatever. Yeah, Morgan Stanley CEO's dumping, soft landing, right, Gauge. No, it's not looking good, y'all. It is not looking good. Just be careful. Again, post a lot of what we're watching, a lot of charts, lots of interesting things. Talked about potential in financials, tech, you name it, oil, gas, gold, all this stuff. The market is hitting interesting levels in all different places. If you're new to the channel, please check out the YouTube channel, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, do tons of live chats. Also, get you immediately the news that when this is dropped and officially goes live, you'll be able to absolutely check it out. So, if you have any questions, please let me know. Those notifications are always nice because you never know what time this might get dropped. If you're looking for such, you don't have to be waiting. All right. As you guys know, back to basics, lots of education on this channel. If you're newer to trading, check it out. Plenty of content from fishing, fly fishing for trout, real estate, and obviously trading. That's the main thing here. If you have any questions, again, always hit me up. If you have any questions anywhere, check out whatever platform you're on, and just hit me up. I love helping people out. Again, more you give, the more you receive in this universe. Give thanks, you get more abundance. Same thing. If you're looking for the 5.51% high yield savings rate, I'm telling you, check it out from Goldman. It's going to keep going higher, especially after they raise rates. It'll probably go up to 5.65. Who knows? But again, it's well worth it. If you have money that you need protected, remember FDIC insurance, $250 or below, I think $500 combined. Just keep an eye on it. Don't leave your money floating, because at some point the banking industry will have issues. Credit is tightening. All right. We know tomorrow's a rate hike, guaranteed. It's the next meeting looks like is a pause. Just keep an eye on this. Bitcoin, as we talked about, him and hers top, failing the 29,800 mark. Keep an eye, though. I mean, it could be just chopping around, playing games between now and the Fed meeting. Next level, 28.4. That's what I'd be watching. Oil, as we talked about, big choppy range. Some friends in the Discord room called out. They thought it was going to bounce. Agreed. Thought we had some levels. Do we go higher? Do we get to the next level? We'll see. I mean, congrats if you're in it. Nat gas, purgatory. Just leave it absolutely alone. It is going nowhere quickly. Dollar, as we talked about, playing the big range here, chopping, going into the Fed meeting. It's tough. Again, what do we talk about? Volatility. That's what I want to watch in the bond market and the dollar market. Right now, bonds chopping around. Again, at some point, I think more money will flow into the dollar and bonds because I think the Fed's just, again, they want to maintain dollar supremacy. They're going to have to over-tighten, and we'll see how it works out. The VIX consolidating. Watch the 50-day next. It's holding over the 20-day, but again, people get so frustrated with the chop, and that's the thing about the market. Every day is not the day that you break out or you go somewhere, and sometimes a lot of that based on the news and where you're at overall. Just keep that in mind. A lot of people have just this mindset of, that's happened today. It's like, VIX chopping, holding up really well. SPY, again, you had the China stimulus news. Another wick. Interesting up here. Like, how high could we go? How high could we squeeze? I don't know. Maybe we could squeeze up to the 460s. I don't know. I mean, I think you're at the point where, again, you're going to see the volume and the price action at some point reveal the next down move, in my opinion. QQQ, check it out. Here we go, holding here at the 1.5. As we've said, I'm not surprised by any means that it's kind of just holding tight, right? Holding tight. Yeah, keep an eye on it. Again, 20 days key. Absolute key. I mean, I think, again, you've seen the distribution, but do we need a retest? That's the ultimate $1 million question. IWM lagging. God, I think got sold at the end of the day. Again, you can see distribution. Always pay attention to the last 10 minutes. That's when the operators play. That's when they play. And at the beginning of the day sometimes too. And sold again at the close. Interesting idea. We talked about some of the Dow names had rallied back up into some ranges that are probably going to be very, very important. Watch the 350s, mid 350s, very logical. GLD, as we talked about, expected the bounce, said watch this area. Now it's chopping around. Could you get a retest during the next Fed meeting? Again, I wouldn't go long gold here. I would more sit in the sidelines. Wait. We talked about the bottom on the last Fed meeting. Not the last one, sorry, in the November last year. I think we're kind of in the same cycle where you rally up and then it's going to fall down because it's going to drop based on what? Fed's raising. Best time to buy the stuff. I say it every video is when the Fed is cutting. Silver looks a little ominous here. Could this be a left shoulder, double head, right shoulder? I think the miners would be on fire. Yeah, they're not as much. They're not leading. They're not near the highs like gold and silver are. GDXJ, the leader of the leader. Junior miners. Looks very lagadocious. Keep an eye on that. AG, we talked about this thing rallying off the lows. Hits our box, backing off. Keep an eye on it. AEM has earnings tomorrow after the close. Remember, you got some big players after the close today. You got Microsoft. You got the Guggenheim. We can look at them and see where they're at in the 10-minute when we get there. AEM chopping. Chop. Be careful, okay? Be careful. I don't trust miners at all. Again, the best time to buy them is when the Feds are pivoting and they just get absolutely destroyed. Newmont's earnings drop down, chopping, pass, same kind of thing. I just, please, be careful. Ten cuidado. Do whatever you got to do. Just be careful, okay? Be very, very careful. I don't know. I'm just kind of looking at them. Man, I know some people are going to really make some mistakes here. Taiwan semi, crap earnings, rallying back. Said watch the 20-day. Thought we'd hold this area, which it did. Watch the 20-day. Watch the 20-day. Watch the 20-day. Micron, another one of crappy earnings. We talk about it rallying and trying to pop into the Tuesday post OPEX because of the trash puts. Ton of puts going into this OPEX. Not surprised it rallied to kill them. Now it's sideways. AMD, again, expect chop until the market breaks. We're holding levels, but we're also failing at certain levels, okay? Okay? Keep that in mind. NVIDIA, chopping, holding around. I mean, again, 20-day lower channel. I don't know what to say other than just be careful with it. Be patient. So be careful. Oh, they're funny in the Discord room's funny. The crazy thing I've ever seen is we'll get through elite marketing to get them there. No, Cisco had the same thing. I agree. NH, I'm reading about some of the conversation about how NVIDIA, speaking of, just will endlessly go up. And it's like, I remember the same thing with Cisco. Some of this router name and the internet. You guys remember that in 2000s? It was a big deal. It's still around, but some of those companies definitely aren't. Speaking of one that's been around and nowhere near leading and was the killer in chips, Intel. Din! Screen of Blue Death. We'll see. Watch this area in the 34s. SMH. Whew. Chopping. Watch the 20-day. Again, once these all go, that's when I would be confident. Until then, please don't sit here and think for sure out of the woods. Adobe, thought hitting the 1.5. They've got earnings coming up. Be very careful. All these names could play chop and trap. Apple, same thing. 20-day earnings next week. Amazon, as we talked about, if you shorted the mid 135s, excelente under the 20-day, but they have earnings next week too. The CRM, right? Talked about this being absolute. Wow, look at the 10-minute. Man, someone was selling again at the close. They have just been absolutely unloading. CEO dumped $100 million worth of stock. It rallied up. This is just all. Look at all these candles. They look so indecisive. And if you go look at the daily, like the intraday, like they all look so ugly. Guggenheim after the close is up at 132. Great. Now here's the go. Let's talk about this. If you shorted beforehand, we talked about it. Please hedge. Do not ride through earnings naked. You never know which way you're going to go. Made the joke, wear condoms, whatever you got to do. Now it's up in the 130s after hours. Can it clear and stay over 129? That's what I'd be watching. I honestly think it's probably a nice little short after the close. Tomorrow, Meta rallying, obviously, 20-day, watching it with Guggenheim's information after the close. Again, watch if these sustained. Remember, Meta's got earnings tomorrow after the close. Just be careful. Microsoft, let's see where they're at after the close. Yeah, it's all over the place. Again, I think they're done. They're in the 340s, 350s, hanging out. I think this is the blow off on the subscription model. Blow off top. Enjoy it. Enjoy it. Literally. Love it. Love it. I think that, again, tech peaking will take, again, it's going to come in waves. Each individual stock is going to start acting differently. NDAQ, we talked about this one very thoroughly. The future of trading volume is not going to be on the NASDAQ. It's going to be in commodities and the CME. It's going to be in other exchanges, not the NASDAQ. So that's why this thing has been acting like crap. MicroStrategy, again, Bitcoin chopping around. Watch this area. I mean, again, it looks like it had a big move and it's consolidating. I don't know if I'd probably wait to short a pop if you want to take a shot on it. Netflix talked about this getting creamed below the 20-day. Wait for the 20-day if you're going to short it at this point. If not, you never know if it'll bounce or not, but it looks like crap. Roblox, talked about it failing up at the range highs. Keep it simple, stupid. Tesla, we say 20-day, short. Nice little pop-up. Said it could get to the 270s, mid-270s. I mean, I don't know. It's hard to say if today's the best day to short, but you got to define your risk. That's all I can tell you. Commodities, again, China, more stimulus, rallying a little bit. Keep in mind they're coming into earnings. Watch the action here. Could this be breaking out to get to a little higher high? Thinking that's maybe possible on some of these commodity names. China is stimulating hard. We said watch 20-day on Nucor. Why? Because things are bad there. That's the problem. But the thing is, we've got the cold. It's just we haven't shown the symptoms as hard as everyone else has yet, or as China will, or has and will. Caterpillar, again, watch this mid 260s. Again, I like these names for short. Vale, talked about global growth name, dead. All right, interesting action. Gap up today, right? Hits the 200-day, decent volume. Doji, that looks pretty damn distributive to me. Arrow, we've talked about this name being a boss, holding up, doing really well. Big volume, long wick. Again, I would be a little concerned. Again, I'm not saying short these names. I like these names. I'd prefer to actually buy these on major dips later on in the year. Because again, the Feds are going to play this game of tight. And then the cut, the talk of the cut, the actual cut, market should capitulate. CCJ holding up. Got to give it credit. Little wrong here. I think Kathy Wood's buying it up here in the 30s. We'll see. Again, I like all these names long term, same thing, but I just don't want to buy them and hold them because I think I've seen commodities get crushed. CF retest, maybe the 200-day, the zone. I'd be watching again. If you had these and you marked and you got in at the lows like we talked about, high five. Said watch Mosaic, the 100-day, NTR, same kind of thing coming into the channel. All right, channel 100-day. Again, we talked about high volume explosion at the lows. Look at that. Look at. Remember we talked about chop. Look at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 15 days of chop, and then the next leg. Nice little consolidation, leg move. Again, I don't think there's much upside in the commodities at this point. XLF after the close, up, down, whatever. Keep in mind, there's a lot of stuff going on. Then the banking credit crisis is not over. Again, it starts and then credit contracts. Please be careful. JP Morgan, some folks took some shorts on this one yesterday. I dig it. I don't know the exact reference points that they'd be taking other than maybe this VAP area, but I mean, it makes sense to me. Morgan Stanley, ton of the C-suite folks are unloading. Said watch the 95 area. Goldman Sachs. Watch this, I don't know, 360s. Could it get up there? That's the hard one. I don't know. KRE, again, another pop and flop. Chopping around here. I mean, we talked about the absolute easiest rally you expect. Again, consolidation. After blow off bottom, huge volume. Somebody caught the knife here. Fallen knife. And then rallied it back. And now we're into zones with big candles and big volume. Just, I don't think it's going to come flying over that. XBI seems to be stuck, right? Seems to be stuck. We'll see. Stuck sideways. Who knows? At this point, again, holding moving averages near the lows. I think it's going to be tight chopping before it moves in a southerly direction. All right. Let's end it with solar and oil and gas. TAN, talked about dead cat bounce, the 200-day, fail, chopping, ENPH. As we know, a lot of these names have earnings coming up. Be careful. Wait for pops. I think solar shorts are easy on pops, I'd look for this old trend line to probably retest. Maybe you get the 200s on an after earnings move. That'd be my guess. Sedgerton, another one. We like it. Shorting it. If you short it up near the highs, again, let it play out. I mean, could it test up here 287s again? That's what I'd look for. First Solar. Love it. Love it. Here we go. Coming up. Any pop. And again, just be careful. HYG, as we've talked about, chopping around, chopping around, chopping around. Watch the 75s. All right, let's end it with oil and gas. Oil, as we talked about, expected to bounce. Some people put some good recommendations out that it would. I don't blame them. Looks okay. UNG, natural gas, just leave it alone. Chop, chop, chop. XOP, playing games, right? We talked about oil and gas rising. These names should hold up. Talked about if it held over the 200, probably could get up here into the 140s. Again, they're just not launching like I thought they would. ExxonMobil, another one should be up more, right? Chopping, holding the 100 range. Keep an eye on that. PXD, this one looks a little better, but 200 days in sight, I don't think, and that gap fill, I don't think it's going to go much further. Oxy, it's nice for it to pop after options expiration. Then what? Mr. Buffett, grandpa, is going to sell all his covered calls. I mean, maybe the 66s. Keep an eye on that. And again, end it with EQT. Can't get over the 40 area. Seems to pop towards it. Flop and watch the 20-day. And Flex LNG. Again, we like this for the long term. Just watch it. Watch it, watch it, watch it. I don't think it's going anywhere. I think natural gas export is one of the things that we will do a lot of in the future. But at this point, keep an eye on the levels. Don't overthink it. If you have any questions, please reach out. Always here to help. Again, please get involved. The more you involve, the more you learn. Again, in trading, this is the thing about it. Experience is really, really hard. It's really hard to get experience because why? You got to seen it all. You have to have seen it all. If you have any questions, please reach out. I will see you in the Discord room or hit me up on social media. Talk to you later. Hey, thanks for watching. If you have any questions, stop by the Discord room. A link is in the description below. Also, if you'd like to help support more free content, the PayPal link is in the description as well. I appreciate your continued support of the channel.